Hey, Onion back with Final Fantasy XIV Online. This is Stormblood. We're still in the level 69 quest. Looks like we have five more quests to go, and we're done with 4.0. We're playing this with text-to-speech. That way we don't miss any of the story. Thanks for joining. Please enjoy.
Now that Alizé is settled in, it's time we rejoined the fight. Though, actually, maybe you and Alphino should go on ahead without me. I need to talk strategy with the officers, and that might take a while.
Ah, there you are. What was it that Lise wanted of you? Ahahaha. A sparring match on the Destroyer's very palm? I would have liked to have seen that, but she is right, we have lingered here long enough. I am ready to depart when you are.
Take care, you two. Don't do anything I wouldn't.
And you had better not rise from that bed until you are given express permission to do so. Oriange will be paying you a visit soon, and he is already worried enough as it is. We have a long road ahead of us. Lead the way, Onion.
You are returned. How fares your sister, Alphino?
Her rapier wit remains undulled, for better or for worse. Have there been any developments in our absence?
I am proud to say that Castrum Abania is now wholly under our control. At present, we are taking stock of the enemy supplies and redistributing them amongst our men. Also, while sifting through the officers' documents, we learned that a unit of skulls under Fordola's command passed through the Castrum en route to the capital, with a single prisoner in their custody.
Kroll? It has to be her.
In all likelihood, yes. You will be glad to hear that the tunnel leading to the locks has been secured by our soldiers and is now safe for travel. And one final piece of good news. Reinforcements from all 4 Alliance nations have arrived and joined the main host, which has established a new base of operations within the locks. Commander Hex should be arriving soon, yes? When she does, we will call a meeting to discuss the final stage of Ralger's beacon.
Sorry for keeping you all waiting.
An Almhagen folk dress? How very fitting. And well fitting, I might add.
I wanted to do something for Ida. And myself.
This is it. The last push. We're coming, Kroll.
I remember my father's words, how they rang in my ears as we left Castrum Abania behind and looked out over the locks before us. Comrades brave and true, they had come from all across Eorzea to stand with us, to stand against oppression and tyranny. 20 years the Empire had ruled us, but no longer. Liberty or death. Liberty or death.
Ere we begin, I would say to you as a proud son of Alamigo that I am grateful to each and every one of you for your part in this endeavor. Now, to the heart of the matter. The enemy appears content to remain within the city walls and await the inevitable siege. Open conflict has been sporadic thus far. Whether Zenos is biding his time until reinforcements arrive, or attempting to bait us into a trap, none can say. We know better than to trust his word.
Regardless, we can ill afford to present Garlemald with a chance to ready her legions. It would be in our best interest to press for a swift resolution.
A long siege wouldn't be good for the people in the city either. If food becomes scarce, you know who'll starve first.
Just so. Therefore, I propose we commit our forces to an all-out assault. What say you? 'Twould seem we are of one mind. Then let us proceed to the how of it. The immortal flames will form the vanguard, supported by the archers and the conjurers of the Order of the Twin Adder, under the Elder Seedseer's command. Once the main host has cleared a path to the walls, we will bring forward the artillery of the Maelstrom and the Temple Knights. I would have your cannons pound the gates and punch a hole right through the middle of their defenses.
What about the resistance?
Your part will be to occupy the residential district and keep civilians out of harm's way. The people are more like to trust their own.
Of course. You can count on us.
Remember that there is a second entrance to the city proper there. If all goes to plan, we will have secured 2 points of entry. Once both objectives are complete, we press on into the city, surround the palace, and hunt down Zenos. As for the Scions, you will be held in reserve as an irregular unit until we have more intelligence on your captured comrade. Kryle's rescue will be your primary concern, but I dare say we'll find a use for you once her freedom has been secured.
Thank you, General. I pray we find her quickly.
Ralga's beacon nears its end. Soon, my friends, Alamico will be ours once more!
The stage is set, and the players are assembled. Eorzea has come at last to drive the invaders from her lands. What would Grandfather say if he were with us here today? For all our other accomplishments, Kroll remains in the hands of our enemy, and I find myself wondering if I could have done more. Though we know now that she was taken to the city, we have found nothing which might tell us where she is being held. You know, you could just ask me. Thancred, what have you learned? I shall spare you the particulars of my infiltration and simply state that I have seen her with my own eyes. She is being held within the residential district south of the city proper. I tracked her to the ruins of an old temple of the Fist of Rauger, within which the Imperials have constructed a research facility. A research facility? What manner of research? Why, methods to imbue Garleans with the power to manipulate ether. In pursuit of which goal, their scientists have, I am sorry to report, performed many questionable experiments on living subjects. What?
Calm down, Alphino. We've already been tasked with securing the Alamhagen quarter. This just gives us a reason to do it faster.
I entered and exited the facility by stowing aboard Imperial transports, but that method is not suitable for a larger force. And it goes without saying that a direct assault on the rather substantial main gates would be ill-advised.
I think I might know someone who can help. One of my men. He had an idea about how to get into the city. Actually, it might be best if I let him explain it himself.
It's been a while. I'll not take offense if you don't remember. Might even be glad of it.
Alagana, am I right?
Aye. Whisker's the name. I was raised in the peaks, but my mum grew up in the city. Irene Road. I reckon we can get inside the Alamhagen quarter by way of Loch Selt.
What? How?
It was a story my mum told us which made me think of it. She was always going on about what life was like when she was a girl. See, how they used to have to boil the water from the well before they could drink it, since it was full of salt.
They were drawing salt water from the locks. Which means that there must be an underwater tunnel or something.
Aye, that's it. But it won't be as simple as going for a swim. The well was closed, see. Apparently, Theodoric decided one day he wanted to control the water supply and forbade water trading. So even if you come up through it, you'll find yourself on the wrong side of a locked gate. At the time, my grandfather, being an enterprising sort, befriended a guard and lifted the key from his belt. He made a copy and carried on selling water until the Imperials invaded, and he ended up working at the saltery.
In short, we need your grandfather's key. Assuming he still has it.
I'm certain he does. And I can take you to him. But it'll be dangerous.
Don't you worry about that. We're used to dangerous. Nago and Ehrenwald will assemble a squadron while the rest of us go and get that key. Let's not waste any more time, then, shall we?
My mum said Granddad kept the key with him at all times as a lucky charm. If he hasn't got it, then, well.
Then we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. Ready, Onion? We may have to deal with a few Imperial patrols, or worse.
The Saltery's not far. Follow me. We're here, but this isn't right. Where's everyone?
Word of the Alliance advance has surely reached their ears. Mayhap they sought refuge elsewhere? We should search the buildings for clues.
The crumbling masonry appears to have lain undisturbed for some time. The pot is filled to the brim with salt from the locks. The barrel appears to have recently been filled with fish packed in salt. Someone was hard at work less than a week ago. The lumber appears to have lain undisturbed for some time. The Magitech device suddenly springs to life, flashing brightly and emitting a shrill sound. It's a trap.
All right, which one of you triggered the obvious trap? On your guard. Magitech drones approaching. Mayhap, half a dozen. Onion, keep Whisker alive, would you?
7 helps. I could do with some help here.
Away with you!
Now then, where were we? Ah, yes, looking for clues as to the whereabouts of our erstwhile water merchant is key.
In the wake of the ambush, you find a diary belonging to a laborer. The last entry makes mention of a plan to take shelter in the Sali Monastery.
The Sali Monastery. That's to the south. I'll lead the way.
Not after that ambush, you won't. It's too dangerous. Onion, we'll follow you. Keep your eyes peeled for more Magitech.
The monastery is just past that gate. Keep going.
Comes something tall, dark and imperial appears to be blocking the entrance.
Godskin. I don't think there's a way round.
Then we'll just have to go through him.
Look! I think those two devices are shield generators. I will keep the machine occupied. Onion, be a darling and destroy the generators before it rips my head off. Tis done. See how it falters. Belabor the brute.
He won't be getting up after that. Now, let's find our man.
This is it. This is the monastery. They have to be around here somewhere. What? What? It's me, Whisker. Your grandson. Whisker? By Rauger, is that really you? Oh, it's good to see you alive and well, lad. But who are these other ones? The Resistance, Grandad. Or my comrades in arms. She told you all about me thumbing my nose at the Mad King, did she? Hey. Daft sods never caught me neither. It wasn't much, but it was my way of rebelling against his rule. Glad to see you've got higher aspirations. Here, make our family proud. I will, I swear. Rauger is my witness.
I was worried when he wasn't at the saltery. But we found him in the end. Now that we've got the key, it's time to find that underwater tunnel. We'll need to dive into the locks and look for a tunnel leading beneath the residential district. That should be no problem for Onion and me, thanks to the Kojin's blessing, but for the rest of you.
I will have you know that I can hold my breath for 10 minutes. How might think it best that I support Nago and Ehrenwald's unit?
Oh, right. You can't swim.
I am aware of that, thank you. But it is neither here nor there, given that I lack both the Kojin's blessing and Thancred's preternatural lung capacity.
Right. Of course. I didn't mean anything by it. Nothing at all. So, Onion, Thancred, and me. Let's head to the water's edge. Alphino and Whisker can rejoin the others and wait outside the gates for us to let them in. This looks like as good a place as any.
Ere you dive into the briny deep.
Oriange, what are you doing here?
Master Alphino informed me of your plan, and thus did I hasten to your side. When Mistress Alize unfolded to me the tale of her defeat, I was much intrigued by the apparent ease with which Fordola, a theretofore unexceptional warrior, defied my lady's every attempt to do her harm. After some few days of deliberation, I subsequently contrived what I believed to be a solution to the problem of her preternatural prescience. 'Twas in hopes of furnishing you with the fruits of my labors that I came.
Wait, isn't that Moonbreedis?
Her etheric siphon formed the basis for my design. Should my hypothesis prove correct, you need but activate it in her presence. To say more would endanger the plan, for ignorance is your shield. It was. Moonbreedis' time. It is not yours, my friends. May you ever walk in the light of the crystal, and return.
We will, for you and for her. Right. I'm going in. Follow me. The tunnel leads east. Thancred's already gone ahead. Let's not keep him waiting. Phew. That was fun.
Yes. Tremendous fun. Who needs a beastman's blessing anyway?
I still can't believe you managed to hold your breath the entire time. It felt like we were down there for hours. Anyway, it's time we let our friends in. Once we head up these stairs, we'll need to make our way to the main gates, which are somewhere to the west of here.
Forgive me for stating the obvious, but it bears repeating that until we open the gates, we three are on our own. 'Twould be in our best interest to avoid guards and easily startled small folk.
Obviously. But once our guests have arrived, we'll be free to head towards the research facility where Krill's being held as loudly as we like. Since you've been here before, will you lead the way?
Of course. But I will move quickly, so see that you do not fall behind.
Nothing left to say, then. Let's get to it. All set, Onion?
Follow my lead. Stay close and quiet. Wait. Patrol. Let them pass. All clear. With me. Sentry. Get to cover. I will deal with him. And none were the wiser. Let us press on. Here we are. Ah, one more sentry. Give me a moment. Onion, look for lever or a winch. We will guard the rear. Hell's open. Heavens weep. Alphino, can you hear me? The gates are open.
Our friends are ready and eager to engage the Imperials.
Then let us leave them to it and head for the facility. Remember the reach. Remember the towers. Attack. Insurgents? Here? Sound the alarm.
We don't have time for this. Put them down.
Hold on, Kroll. We're coming.
The Resinatorium is just ahead.
They know we're coming. Make ready, my friends.
I reckoned you lot would come, but I didn't think you'd have the nerve to break the bloody doors down. Makes no difference to me, though. Time to die.
Use the etheric siphon to weaken Fordola, and defeat her in battle.
I can read your every move!
Use the siphon, Onion. Use it now.
Die. 7 hells, my head. The pain.
It's working. Strike now, while she's weak.
Out of my way!
Damn it, she won't stay down. Use the siphon again.
Gra. You'll pay for that.
Keep at it. We almost have her.
I'll cut you to pieces! How could I lose?
Enemy sighted. Engaged with the commander. With me.
Thancred. Help me hold off those soldiers.
Understood. We leave the Pilus in your capable hands.
Heh. So it's to be the two of you after all.
Let's finish this.
If only you knew the power!
Still got that siphon, Onion? Then use it.
Not here. Not now. Not to you.
No. Not after everything. I cannot lose. I will not!
Oh, but you will! Without your tricks, you're nothing! Conrad, Mefrid, your own comrades! I should kill you here and now for what you did! But there's no place for that kind of justice here. Not in my Alamigo.
Oh, how very bloody noble of you. Why, you'll pardon me my sins, will you? After you and your freedom fighters come and tear down everything we've worked so hard to build? We were fighting for our people's freedom.
You're slaves to a tyrant! There's no freedom in that!
Now, my friend! Croyle!
Alphino? I knew you'd come.
Touching as this moment is, it will have to wait. We should rejoin the main force at once. Lise!
I'm taking her back with us, alive. She's going to answer for what she's done.
Listen to you. Talking like you've already won. Zenos is gonna tear you apart. He commands a power, echoing that of the Icons.
What are you talking about?
The hunt, you stupid cow. I'm talking about the hunt! He said you'd come, and here you are, his willing prey. You and your friends are dead, just like mine. And all our misery, all our sacrifice, it was all for naught!
No! You're gonna live long enough to see us win our freedom. I promise you that.
May I live 1,000 years.
Interrogations can wait. Let us be off.
What a relief to have finally found her. Though our greatest challenge yet lies ahead of us on the eve of this final battle, I find myself overcome with joy. We could not have saved her without everyone's help. Thancred, Lys, Oriange, and of course, you. But yes, there is still much and more to be done. I should be very interested to learn the meaning of Fordola's ominous words, for one. Lys has gone to deliver Fordola into the custody of the Alliance, leaving Nago and her men to hold the residential district and stand ready. Once the Alliance has breached the main gates and commenced their assault, the Resistance forces will push through the entrance here and join the fray.
In that case, I will remain here. My search for Krill took me into the city proper, and my familiarity with their defenses may prove useful to the Resistance.
Understood. I shall instruct Ehrenwald and his unit to render support as well. They were tasked with securing the Aetheryte, as I recall. With me, Onion.
Gods, Krill. It's so good to see you. I feared the worst.
It wasn't your fault. You saved me, all of you. Thank you.
We will be departing shortly for Porta Praetoria to rejoin the main host. Ehrenwald, I would have your unit remain here with Thancred, that you might support the Resistance troops in the coming battle.
Understood. We won't let you down.
I trust you will refrain from doing anything I would not. We are both far too young to die.
Right. No noble sacrifices. Got it.
Onion, Krill, let us be off, then.
Ah, the heroes of the hour. Not content with securing the residential district, you gifted me an Imperial commander. What are you after, a medal?
The work is its own reward, General. I must say, however, that Fordola's claims were not a little disturbing. What manner of power could Zenos have acquired that might equal an Icon?
Might she speak of our missing Omega?
Very possibly. The Empire's fondness for comparable Allagan technologies is exceedingly well documented. Have we made any progress with our own investigation?
None. The search goes on in earnest, but Cid has thus far found nothing of note. Mayhap the Garleans beat us to it. If they were working desperately to repair the machine, that might explain their decision to remain within their walls.
Ah, Lys. I trust you surrendered Fordola into custody without incident. We were just discussing the pilot's claims.
About Zenos and his newfound powers. She hasn't said a word on the subject since we rescued Kryl, even when the interrogator asked nicely.
Mayhap I can offer some insight into her claims, or at least into the facility and the experiments they conducted during my time there. Though my memories of the period are somewhat muddled, there are a few things I remember with painful clarity.
Thancred told us only that Fordola had undergone some manner of treatment.
Yes. It is a place wholly dedicated to the creation of enhanced beings, whom they refer to as the Resonant. As I understand it, the process aims to imbue a test subject with the qualities of an individual with demonstrated magical aptitude.
This entails the mechanical extraction and transfusion of some manner of primordial essence.
Transfusion of some manner of primordial essence.
So that's how Fordola improved so fast. I knew there had to be something. She wasn't half as strong or quick to predict my attacks when we first met. If it weren't for Oriange's siphon thingy, I really don't think we'd have beaten her.
My humble scheme asked far more in the execution than it required in the conception, I do assure thee.
Oh, you've got to stop doing that.
In calling upon Lady Alisaie after her defeat, I was most intrigued to learn of the apparent effortlessness with which Fordola countered her attacks. 'Twas as if she knew the blade's destination ere its journey began. A most impressive feat under any circumstances, but an almost miraculous one when considered in the context of Fordola's unfamiliarity with my lady's arts. How then could she so perfectly predict an unknown opponent's every move? After much deliberation, I surmised that Fordola may be possessed of a preternatural ability to divine meaning from the fluctuations of an individual's ether and to instinctively react. To employ a metaphor, one might say that she was attuned to the whispers of my Lady Alisaie's soul.
Wait, have you not just described a manifestation of the echo?
I had no conclusive proof. The available anecdotal evidence suggested only that Fordola was uncommonly sensitive to etheric fluctuations, and 'twas this which led me to develop my stratagem. I would fashion a device with the capacity to generate a massive disruption in the surrounding ether. If, as I suspected, Fordola's senses were indeed questing for the most minor of oscillations, the shock of exposure to a more amplitudinous etheric waveform would be akin to a debilitating bout of ether sickness.
Bout of ether sickness.
How ingenious. I note that the success of your plan hinged on your device's wielder remaining ignorant of its purpose, lest Fordola divine your intent.
Indeed so, Master Alphino. All things considered, 'twas a most fortuitous outcome.
That's putting it mildly. In any event, if Oriange is correct, that would mean these Resonant have been granted the power of the Echo via artificial means. A sobering thought, to say the least, and one which makes me wonder what else Zenos has in store.
Whatever the Viceroy's newfound powers, I know of none better equipped to face him. And face him you must. For there is now but one path forward, and it leads straight to Alamigo.
And it's not as if we came unprepared. We've got all our friends and allies fighting for the same thing. Honestly, right now, I feel like we could take on anyone and win. And I mean anyone. Enough talking. All right, I get the message. Action is what's needed now. Right, I'd best get back to the residential district. Thancred and the Resistance forces are waiting.
It is time we join the main host. Kryl, in light of your recent ordeal, might I suggest that you remain with the rearguard for now?
Oh, if you insist. Just this once.
If I may, General, is there aught Onion and I can do to assist with final preparations?
I'm glad you asked. Pippin informed me moments ago that all forces are in position and that we are ready to commence the assault. Naught remains but to notify the Alliance commanders. If you've no objections, I should be glad to have you do the honors, Onion. You were instrumental to the success of Operation Archon. You helped bring an end to the Dragon Song War. You are a hero to the people and a symbol of hope. Some might judge it an empty gesture, or worse, a waste of your talents, but I know it would mean much to everyone here.
Ha! That you should be the one to bring me word. By the Fury, it is good to see you, my friend. You who stood with us in our direst hour, will ever be an inspiration to my countrymen, and to me. Though Ishgard's debt can never be repaid, it is my hope that our deeds this day shall go some small way to redressing the balance.
All is ready. Very well. Though many will fall in the coming battle, how many more shall know liberty for their sacrifice? There is a time for peace, and a time for war. Even the matron understands this. We who have received of hers and the elemental's blessings go now to stand for Eorzea and her children.
It's time, then. Though this is not my theater of choice, we will play our part. Our cannons care not either way. That battery has sunk enough ships to fill a fleet. 'Tis not like to be bested by a gate.
It is done, then? Thank you, Onion, for humoring an old bull.
Maelstrom, Adder, and Ishgardian forces are in position. General. Resistance forces in the Alamhigan quarter are ready and await our signal.
Not left to do but the deed itself.